Tony D and Little Joan and Guest Dog somewhere in the house. And this is a screenwriter's rant on The Village from Amazon Prime about a family that breaks down in the middle of a road trip in the woods in India. And then there's a village full of monsters. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 13. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So this movie has elements of like a monster movie, Predator, things like that. Not so sure what's going on though. There's a village in Tamil, Nadu. And it's a village called Katiyal, and there's some kind of monster there. But the movie starts out with a family going on a road trip, and they happen to break down near it. And then there's a bunch of other people who are living there, and they avoid the village. But then, of course, the wife and daughter and dog get kidnapped, and the husband is fighting for them. So the main protagonist is the husband who's going after them, and he will stop at nothing. But there are some crazy monsters in it. I don't know what kind of monsters they are. It's kind of tough to tell. They kind of look undead, but they may be like mutants. I kind of can't tell. They seem to have all kinds of crazy powers. I don't know who these guys are. I think they live nearby and know about the village and avoid it. But then they send in these other guys who, I guess they're trying to capture the monsters for some reason. It's not very clear, but I kind of like it. It looks like it has a lot of action in it, and there seems to be something at stake. I mean, you've got the father that's going to get his family back at all costs. So you can kind of follow it. Here you see a guy get impaled by something. I think it's off one of the monsters. Like some kind of tentacle that could shoot out. I'm not sure if this is an Indian monster of some kind. It might be. Might be some sort of demon or monster from folklore in India. But it is on Amazon Prime, so I think anybody can see it. I don't think you have to be in India to watch it. It was the trailer was subtitled. It was a little hard to follow, I'll say, though. Not sure what language. I'm going to say Tamil because the province appears to be Tamil Nadu, and the name of the town is Katia. So I think it's in Tamil, but it's not going to matter to you if you speak English like me. So, but the monsters look pretty crazy. I'm not sure why these dudes just sign on to help the husband, but I'm sure it's explained in the movie. So first act, the family wants to go on a road trip, and they beg the father, and he reluctantly says, "Oh, okay." So they go on a road trip, and they break down in the forest at night, and he can't fix the car, so he leaves them in the car and goes for help. Goes to a nearby town, and they say, "Don't go to the village." And he's like, "Well, my wife and daughter are near there in a car," and oh, that's not good. Then not sure who that is, but she is apparently horribly murdered. But these guys warn him, but then they end up trying to help him. I don't know who this guy is. He's in a wheelchair, but he decides to go too. And then a bunch of military guys show up. I mean, it's just absolute chaos in the second act. Ultimately, I think it follows the dad trying to save his family. And I think he succeeds. Because I think most of the Indian cinema guys are going to follow sort of classic formulas, and who the heck wants to see the wife and kid get killed? I don't think anybody, not even the dog. So I think he saves them all. I think a bunch of other people get killed. But, I think he saves everybody at the end. It looks okay, Again, I wouldn't mind an Indian monster movie. Might have a different bit of a different feel, bit of a different take. It makes it a little hard to follow though because it's not in English, but it is subtitled. It's on Prime, so I might watch it. It's up my alley. So I don't know about you. I mean, look, if you like these movies and you want something a little different, I highly recommend seeing a movie like this made in a different country. Because first off, the Indians make pretty good films. The action's pretty crazy. Most of it's kind of based in terms of the sensibility of it, because you're not getting a bunch of woke tartistry. They're not really down with that. So there's not going to be any representation or any of that nonsense. It's just going to be a story about a man trying to save his family from monsters and a bunch of crazy action. They love their action. The action's often pretty good. So I think it'll be exciting to watch. Some of the scenes get over dramatic, and I assume there'll be a brief dance number at the end with the cast, but so what? It seems fine. It might be a song in the middle, too. Sometimes the songs are good. I mean, RRR was pretty good. So, yeah, why not? So it's called The Village. Let's see if there's a write-up here. Oh, it's Singapore. I didn't even look. So it's a Singapore movie. Okay. A family is on a one-way road trip to hell. The Village on Prime. So maybe this was a hit movie in Singapore and then they brought it here? Okay. So the Singaporeans making an action film. Again, I would totally say it. Yeah. Good stuff. I think the effects decent enough. I mean, it's actors and makeup mostly, but with some CGI effects. But I think it could do a lot worse. I think it could do a heck of a lot worse. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan and Guest Dog somewhere in the house. Thanks for tuning in. I will be at the Chimney Rustic Ales Brewery in Hamilton, New Jersey tomorrow. That's Saturday at 2 p.m. And I'll be doing my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil, and hopefully I'll be selling some books. Hopefully I'll be seeing you. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you